Hello, hello, hello. I am on and I'm trying something different this time, y'all. But y'all know what I'm trying to do, so let's not play. All praise to the Most High. He's always by my side. I read His word, stay prayed up. I'm His chosen child, walking through the secret garden, praising His name. And I will never sell my soul for the fortune and fame. So you can sub, you can like. Don't forget to share. But I'm staying true to me because I know He said that as well. I'm a mom and a wife, 7 kids up all night. It ain't easy being creative in a big family life. But let's go. I am taking my medicine. So therefore, I did not want to have my camera on. I'm taking my medicine and I almost forgot, y'all. I almost forgot to take my, what is this one? This is my Panatinib and what is this? Magnesium with protein and acyclovir. I almost forgot to take it, but just reminded myself, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm about to sit here and watch Cheaper by the Dozens, which I love this movie. I used to always want a lot of kids, and I used to watch movies like this all the time. And now that I got a lot of kids, I'm like, what was I thinking? Why didn't nobody stop me? Why did everybody just wait for the destruction? Pre-retirement days. You know what? My son, Cinco, he tried your recipe. I had to help him with a few things, but he was like, he just didn't want any help. He wanted to do it all by himself. But I just wanted to make sure he didn't, you know how it is. You want to make sure they don't hurt themselves, or you want to make sure they don't make a big, big mess. A little mess I can handle, but it was pretty simple, and he really enjoyed it. And now it was another one that you did that he wanted to try. Today we had Today we had Rasta pasta for dinner. And I think I want me another plate actually. But yeah, we were watching your channel from our other page, um, Pretirement Days. We were watching your channel from Baby Cinco's. I don't want to say it's Baby Cinco's page, but it's just a page that he can control from his tablet. So sometimes he posts little videos or he make comments on some of the videos from his tablet and it shows up as Renee's Real World. So if you see anybody commenting under Renee's Real World, it's probably me or Baby Cinco because he enjoys watching people cook and Legos. He loves watching people build with Legos and play with their newest toys and give their opinion on the toys. Hello, hello. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Hassan? Hassan is speaking to everyone in the chat. Hassan, how have you been? I'm just up because I actually fell asleep. Good, you're doing good. Hello, Krista. How are you? Y'all, I had fell asleep and something woke me up. I forgot to take my medicine. And I'm so happy that I thought about it because that Panatinib um, pill is the one that actually keeps my um, the leukemia from coming back. They got me into remission. I'm completely cancer free now. However, I still have to take this little TKI, they call it. It's kind of like a little small chemo pill. I still have to take that once a day, and I may have to take that for like a year or two, to be honest. So that medicine is very important, and I almost forgot to take it tonight. You want to tell me something sad? Why would you want to tell me something sad? Go ahead. Yes, you could tell me something sad. I really hate that you want to tell me something that's sad though, because I don't want to be sad right before bed. But hey, if you got to get it off your chest, if you want to share it, then hey, you're sad went to jail. What? Your dad? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. Prayers up, prayers up. Are you gonna be okay? Did you need somebody to like talk to or journal? It's always good to journal, to like get your feelings out. I sure do hate to hear that about your dad. You're a kid. I really hate to hear that about your dad. Yeah, but you know what? One day at a time, life goes on, but I'm pretty sure that if your dad was out here with us, he would want you to be happy and do your best every single day and be a happy person. I know me as a parent, that's my thing. I want all my kids to be happy. And it actually makes me feel upset when my kids are sad about something or hurting about something. So start to journal, start to write down your feelings. And if you pray, please stay prayed up. If you pray, stay prayed up. And be there. You and your mom can be there to love on each other and to support each other. You're going to need each other right now. You're going to need each other to be strong. So you and your mom, make sure y'all stay tight together, stay respectful, and just stay a good person. Your mom gave you the phone, and your mom, you know what? Okay, okay. But I'm going to have to put that comment out because they won't allow us to say certain words here, okay? Y'all, I just took my medicine. I'm drinking my water, my agua, and water. I just wanted to, yeah, I had to let that comment go because they won't let it on the YouTube. They won't let us say certain words. But yeah, stay prayed up and journal. Start writing down your feelings. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on here long tonight. I just really wanted to chime in and try to do this whole like no camera live and have a little conversation, speak to y'all, let y'all know I'm good. I just sometimes be in my feelings and I don't always want to be on camera all the time, you know? Sometimes you just feel too tired to even like want to look presentable for a camera. It's like, really? So tonight, I'm just sitting here looking crazy, sitting in my bed. Y'all know I be in my bed all the time. That's just a part of it. But hey, I'm sitting in bed and watching Cheaper by the Dozens. This is the episode when they go on their family camp, their whatever you call it, like little getaway. And I'm gonna sit here and watch this movie and just chill out. I am over people Do anybody else get like that? Sometimes I'm just over people. Sometimes I just get tired of being around people. People are so mean these days and lack empathy or sympathy. They just lack human qualities. I'm getting tired of being around people that just lack human interactions. I never thought I would be the type of person to say, you know what, I don't feel like peopling today. But to be quite honest, I don't feel like peopling. And I think I'm just getting to the point where I'm never going to feel like peopling again. I mean, even on this whole YouTube thing, it's like people get kind of comfortable with being rude, mean, arrogant. Like, why people can't just, like, be people? Why you can't just hang out and just be cool? And why does everything bother everybody? Everything bothers everybody. Everybody's offended by everything. And not only that, everybody's offended by what other people do with their bodies or with their. It doesn't offend me what somebody else eat. It doesn't offend me what somebody else wears. It's like I might look 2 times and be like, "Oh my goodness." But it's not gonna ruin my day. It's not gonna make me angry. It's not gonna have me all razzle dazzled. Like, what's going on with the world today? Everybody's just so mean hearted now. I guess that's just the way it is. Do-do-doo, do-do-doo, do-do-doo. Do-do-doo, do-do-doo, do-do-doo. That's just the way it is. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy though. Have y'all seen the little all this thing that's been going on about the teacher, the way she dressed when she go to work? Now that is kind of funny. That is kind of funny. And I'm going to tell y'all why I think it's funny. I think it's funny because some people um, think certain things are cute until it gets out of hand. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, oh my god. Like y'all started this whole it's okay to be ratchet everywhere type of deal. So now y'all got to deal with it in the schools. So hey, it is what it is now. You set the stage, be prepared to perform. That's my little saying I say all the time now. If you set the stage, be prepared to perform. Because if you have um, given an inch, please understand that eventually they're going to take a mile. I mean, in front of kids and then young girls are very impressionable at that age and they already going through body changes and questioning themselves and now it's like now they got a teacher come to school half naked whatever thought box in it. That's what we call it where I'm from, being a thought box. uh so that's a little strange, but I just feel like this. It is what it is. It ain't me. As long as it ain't me, I'm gravy. I'm still over here sitting back, chilling, watching a little TV, be in my own little world. I be in my own little cave. That's what I call my room ever since I've been sick. I call this my little cave. I come in here, I sit in my cave, I mind my business, I drink my water, I spend time with the Most High, and I love on my children, the ones that will allow me to love on them, because y'all know I got some grown children and teenage children, and I got some little children. So the little children love on me a little bit more than the big children. But I just love on my children and spend time with the Most High and try to enjoy life. I think that's a big lesson that I learned while I was going through my cancer journey. That all this other stuff don't even matter. It's just, it doesn't matter. You just live your life to the fullest. Be happy. Do good things. Do good things for other people. And don't do it for praise or anything like that. Just genuinely be a good person. And that's what I want. That's what I want now. I just want to genuinely be a good person. I want to have fun. I want to love life every moment that I get a chance to, because you never know. No man knows the day nor the hour. So with that lesson, I have changed a lot. Some people that knew me before, if they were to talk to me now, they probably get a whole nother person, because after going through that, you start to reevaluate yourself. You start reevaluating um, everything that you wish you would have done while you was healthy, the things you wish you would have done while you was young. And I'm not trying to say I resent anything. I think somebody misunderstood me when I did another live, and I was saying like, when I was young and I got accepted into college and everything, I wish I would have went ahead and went into the military. I wanted to serve in the military. I wanted to follow in my brother's footsteps, which now he's my donor um, for my stem cells. But I wanted to follow in my brother's footsteps, and I wanted to serve in the military. I did not. I got sick with meningitis my senior year of high school, and it set me back. I couldn't do a lot of the things that I really wanted to do. And I think somebody misunderstood me in that live, and they was like, I don't regret anything. I had kids and I went to college. That's so you missed the point. The point was, I did not get a chance to do the things that I wanted to do. I wasn't saying that I regret anything. I was just saying I wish I would have taken the time to actually do the things that I wanted to do after I got better. After I got better from meningitis, I wish I would have took the time to say, you know what? Now that I'm better, I want to go ahead and see if I can enlist in the military and go to college. But things did not work out that way. And that's kind of what I was saying about the whole thing about people lack empathy now. If somebody is opening up to you and telling you their feelings or something that they went through, that's not the time for you to say, well, I did it. Like, that's not the time for you to turn it on to being about you. That's not the time to make it seem as though that other person's feelings are invalid. I try to be a open ear for other people, but in turn, I have learned that since I'm considered the strong one, that when it comes to my feelings or things that I'm going through, I'm always being shut down. Like I'm not supposed to have any feelings. I'm not supposed to. um, like, how dare you have feelings? I should be able to say whatever I want to say to you, and you are not supposed to say anything back to me. You're not supposed to respond. Well, the new one here, the new Renee, has decided that that's not a way to live. It's not a way to live to just always do what others want me to do, and to always just um, play the game. I'm not trying to play a game. I just want to love life, live happy. I want to be a good person to other people. I want to take other people's feelings into consideration, because I know how it feels when people don't take your feelings into consideration. If I'm angry, I'm going to accept the fact, hey, that made me mad. Hey, I'm not going to let people keep shutting me down because I expressed how I feel. But they can do whatever they want to do to you. But if you turn around and say, hey, don't do that to me. Don't, you need to bring that down a notch because you kind of make me mad. Oh, you're the bad person. If you say, hey, don't do that, or if you're hurt, I mean, this world is so backwards. It's like if somebody turn around and say, "God, that hurt me. It made me sad." Oh, you shouldn't be sad for that. You shouldn't be. What the heck? Like, what kind of world we live in? You step on somebody's toe and tell them how to respond. No, if they if their toe is hurting because you stepped on it, they have every right to say, damn, you stepped on my toe. Shouted that hurt. You gonna turn around and tell them, no, no, no. Don't you say anything. But I am going to start embracing my feelings, speaking up for myself. I think that was a part of the affirmation this morning from Life of Tasharia. Yeah, I'm going to learn how to just speak up for myself because people feel like they can say and do anything to you when you don't say anything. When you don't speak up for yourself, that's when people feel like, oh, oh, she ain't gonna say nothing, or oh, she too religious. She ain't gonna say nothing. They just gonna keep on. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. But it's certain people that they wouldn't dare say the things that they say to you. It's certain people that they wouldn't dare say that to somebody else. So yeah, I will no longer be the one that has to hold my peace when I'm being, um, talked about, ridiculed, or, um, anything like that. Made the butt of the jokes. Nope, nope. I will not hold my peace because people don't hold their peace these days. They have no problem doing whatever they want to do to you. So I have every right to speak up for myself and let them know, hey, you're crossing the line. You're crossing the line. Especially now since I went through um, doctors not believing me, people dismissing me when I was sick. I knew I was extremely sick. I knew something bad was going on with me. I just couldn't put my finger on it. And I remember looking in my mirror one morning when my daughter was about to turn 16 and we was about to have her birthday party. And I kept getting these bruises on me and I kept being so tired and like lethargic. I looked at myself in the mirror and I just remember saying, God, please, if anything is about to happen to me, don't let it happen on my baby's birthday. I did not want her to have to live with the memory of losing me or something happening to me on her birthday. So I remember I was like, Lord, if something going on with me, please don't let that happen to me on my daughter's birthday. And as her birthday went on, I was so tired, and people just kept calling me for everything. They wanted me to come do the food, come do the. I was just rushing, going from one spot to the other, and I was trying to make sure her birthday was perfect. Her sweet 16 was the Grease theme. That's one of her favorite um, movies. So everything was Grease, and I was so tired that day. I knew something was going on with me, but little did I know it was leukemia. I remember being at work and working like a double shift, and I remember telling people like, I didn't want to work a certain area because I felt like I didn't feel comfortable with being by myself too long because I kept having this feeling like I felt like I was going to pass out. And I remember they was acting as if what I was requesting was so, um, I don't know, like they just did not want to accept the fact that I was letting them know, hey, I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling safe, so I don't think I should be at the gate in the middle of the night by myself, because I don't feel like, um, I just felt real lightheaded all the time, all the time. So I was just saying like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with being out at the gate by myself because when you're at the gate, you're by yourself. But when you're inside of the warehouse, you're always around other people. The other workers are walking around, the managers at the warehouse are walking around, and plus you have another guard at the door with you. And I remember, um, I remember it was a young guy that was working there with us. Now I was doing security. Very easy, no problems. I loved that job. I thought that was the best job I ever had. And I remember this young guy, he had to be about 22 years old. He was mad because I had did 2 patrol walks around the entire building. I was over 40 years old and pregnant with twins and feeling lightheaded. So when it was time to do the 3rd patrol walk, I asked him could he do the patrol walk. And he was like, hell no. He didn't hold back. He was just like, hell no. He was the type that was there just to collect the check. He didn't want to do a guard walk. He didn't want to work at the truck stop, the gate. He didn't want to keep a log. He didn't want to do anything. He was just there to collect the check. And I just remember like, well, this is, we're getting paid the same thing, but he wants me to do all the work. Okay. Hey, Easy Street with Jen. Yep. But after going through all of that and working all those hours, and I knew something was wrong with me, and I was telling doctors what was going on with me, and I saw how it depends on who you are. I don't know what it is about me, but I've spotted this. When it comes to other people, some people just don't treat them the way they would treat me or say the things to them that they would say to me. I don't know what it is about me. It's like they feel comfortable with disrespecting me or feel comfortable with treating me bad. Like when I was at the job, that young guy would have never talked to anybody else the way he tried talking to me that day. And I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I can't even guess because that's not the first time something like that has happened to me. It's like it's just a thing for me. I just done got used to it now. I'm like, so you mean to tell me you was comfortable with saying that to me, but you didn't tell the other person that yesterday who asked you to do the same thing? So I have learned to speak up for myself. No, I knew exactly who you were. I knew who you were. Um, so with me going through that, it taught me to start speaking up for myself. If somebody is just downright disrespecting me, but they won't disrespect the next person, I'm going to start speaking up for myself. I made that up in my mind like when I first started going through this. I was like, you know what? If they wouldn't say it to the next person, but they'll say it to me, or they'll treat me like this but won't treat the next person like this, yeah, start speaking up for yourself. You better. You better, or everybody finna be running over you. And I think it's because people see that I don't really like confrontation. Now, don't get me wrong now. I will handle business if it comes to handling business. But usually I don't do anything unless it involves my family. If it involves you, um, talking bad about my mom, my dad, my siblings, my children, yeah, that's different. But usually when it comes to people talking to me crazy or something like that, I just kind of let it slide because I don't like confrontation, especially if I'm at work, because I like making my money. I like going to work. So if I'm at the workplace, I will avoid confrontation at any cost. I just be like, I'd rather walk away or whatever or ignore you. But it had gotten to the point where I noticed that people saw that I didn't like confrontation. I had one lady, she had been on vacation. She had just started the job. I had already been there for about a year. She had just started a job and was already going on a vacation. She said because she let the boss know that she already had those days um, planned and already had her plane ticket or whatever the case may be. So I said, okay, cool. So when she got back from her vacation, the new hiree had only been working with us for about 2 weeks. When she got back from her vacation, I was the lead that night because our supervisor had something to do. Being a lead in the world of security is not a big deal. You're basically just standing in for the supervisor just in case something happens. It's not like one of those like you're taking over. So you listening in? I think you are so right. I'm non-threatening. If they mess around, they gonna find out me. Like I said, I'm the wild card, but I'm the one that don't like problems. I'm more of the goofy one. I like being silly. I like dancing, being playful, and that's just who I am. But like a good example, my mom was working at this store. She was already at the age of retiring, but she just loved working. She just liked moving around. She's a busybody. And one day my mom called me and she was so upset because she knows I understand Spanish, so she hid in the changing room and she called me and she was like, "What does this mean?" And she started asking me like what certain words mean in Spanish. And I said, "Did somebody say that to you?" And she was like, "I don't want to tell you because I don't want to get you upset." Oh yeah, you got that right. Don't want to get you upset. You got fired for speaking up? Yeah, see, that's another thing too. That's another thing too. And see, being in security, we had issues like that where we would have to go in and talk to the contract holder and let them know if a situation happened, like we had an incident report or something like that. We had to go in and explain what happened. And I'm just the type where I'm gonna say exactly what happened. I'm not gonna add on. I'm not gonna take away. I'm not gonna put my life on the line, but or anything like that. And yeah, I had an incident where somebody wanted me to lie on their account to make a situation seem worse than what it was. Yeah, I was not gonna do that. But yeah, my mom, she called me one day. She was in the changing room and she was like, "What this mean? What this mean?" And I told her and I said, "Wait a minute, mama." I said, "Where you hear that word from? Where did you hear that?" No, no, no. It's two Spanish ladies that work with us and they went on the other aisle and I heard them say my name and then they said this and this. And I was trying to hurry up and ask you what it mean while I still remember the words because she didn't write it down and then she just was like, "I just wanted to ask you what it mean." I didn't want to get you upset. Those her key words. I didn't want to get you upset. I was on my way up there and my mom was like, "No, no, no, that's okay, that's okay." Like she really did not want me. But see, I'm not into causing a scene. I'm not into starting any trouble. But my mom is in her 70s. And I don't want nobody to think that my mom is out here by herself. She got a daughter that will ride for her. Okay? my, so when I find out anybody is like disrespecting my mom or my dad, or like I said, any of my siblings, My siblings are older than me, but they don't. No. My sister, she's a minister, so she's most definitely gonna be like, leave it all in God's hands, and we gonna pray about it. And yeah, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up, cause I know that people know that my, that they not really gonna do anything. Neither one of us are confrontational. Me and my siblings, we never have been the type go out looking for a problem, and it's kind of weird because, like Eric was just saying in the chat, it seemed like those are the ones that people like to kind of try to pick on. They try to get away with little subtle shots, and you be like, you sitting there thinking to yourself, do they think I didn't just catch on to that, or do they think that I'm just that slow or something? Like, you start thinking to yourself like, I know you don't think I'm gonna sit here and just keep taking these jabs, cause I done caught one or two, and I'm listening to see if you gonna try another one. But when I was working up at that warehouse doing security, yeah, a lot of the other workers, they really tried me. A lot of the fake security, the ones that come up there that try to just collect the check. But me personally, I feel like anytime you work in a job that's with a contract, you have to make sure you dot all your I's and cross your T's. Because if anything happens at a time that you was on post, you have to be able to take account for everything that you saw. You have to keep a log. You have to say, well, I didn't notice this, but when I went and did my walk at this time, I did notice glass on the ground, or I did notice that such and such left off of work a little bit earlier that day. Anything can happen. And if you slacking, we can all lose our job because we'll lose the contract. Genius. Like, this is a contract deal, man. Like, if you mess up, our whole team can lose the contract for this. I don't think some people understand. But I have learned to speak up. If somebody is trying me, go ahead and speak up at the first sign of disrespect. Go ahead and say something to them, because people have tried me a little bit too much. They see me smiling all the time. They see me cracking jokes, and they feel like, oh, I could just say anything to her, or I could do anything to her. When at my old job, I had some of the workers, they would come through. When they come through, some of them had on steel toe boots. So they have to take their boots off and put them through the box. And then they walk through the metal detector. If they had a bag, it had to be clear, and I had to search it for any weapons. It goes through about 2 security guards before it get down to me. That way, if the first guard has missed something, by the time it get to me, I can catch it. I had one lady up there that when she went through the metal detector, passed her bag through, passed her boots through, she had no problem with anybody else touching her bag. I touched her bag, and I felt at the bottom, because that's the way we feel to see if you have any firearms or anything in the bag. So we just slightly open your bag. We don't dig through it or nothing like that. We slightly open your bag. We, you know, feel at the bottom, feel all around to make sure there's no weapons. As soon as I got her bag and started feeling at the bottom, she was like, you ain't finna be all up in my bag and everything. Y'all, I'm finna tell y'all boss, because this don't make no sense. And she got so loud, so ignorant. I was so over it. They don't even care. You are correct. I believe you. And that's a shame. That's why I was saying I don't even know what's going on with the world today. People are seriously traumatized or something. They genuinely do not like to see other people happy. What's wrong with that? You got some you got some real issues if you don't like seeing other people happy. Cause when I tell y'all, when I used to go into work, I would be like, "Good morning, how y'all doing today? Good morning." When the workers come in, I used to speak to everybody, treat everybody with the utmost respect. But for some reason, some of them just did not like me. Even even the lady who had just been hired, and she got a vacation before me, and I had been working there for like over a year. But when she came back from her trip, she was so mean and nasty to me. And I'm like, what are you doing? She said, she folded her arms and stood in front of me and said, "Well, you the lead, ain't it? You the lead, ain't it?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're just security guards, and I'm just the acting lead for tonight because our supervisor had to go do something. And you're like, you're causing all this. Oh, goodness. I was like, you got the wrong one. You might want to take this up with the supervisor when she gets back. But I was just saying to myself, what is wrong with this lady? It's the easiest job ever. You just came in angry at the world. All we got to do is when the people come in to work, look in their bag, make sure they ain't taking nothing crazy in the warehouse, and that's it. When they come off of work, we look, gotta scan some of them down, look at them head to toe, make sure they didn't steal any packages out of anybody. Because I was a security guard at FedEx. So my job was to make sure that when y'all packages come through, the people that's working in the warehouse not taking out of y'all boxes. That's what my job was. So it was the easiest job in the world. And plus, I had gotten to know the employees in there so well to the point where they knew that I was like cool with them. They come in, some of them used to offer me food and everything, but my grandmama taught me don't eat everybody food, especially if you like if you're like a authority over them, don't eat their food. But I would take it and I'd be like, oh, thank you, that's so nice. They be making all kind of little cakes and pies and stuff. I'd be like, I'm security up in here, and you work here, and I have to search you every day, and you just happen to make me some desserts. No, thank you. But I would take it and say thank you and everything, and yeah. But y'all, I have learned to speak up for myself. I have learned to tell people, hey, that hurt me. Hey, you know, or hey, don't say that to me. Something. But I used to laugh everything off or go by the golden rule of don't say nothing. Don't say nothing because then they going to say you crazy or whatever. No, 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 no. No, I have learned. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for your children. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for your children. I had to I had to speak up for my son not too long ago because I knew he had been telling his teacher, that was last year, last school year. And he even took a note to his teacher. I knew he was doing what he was supposed to do. And his teacher sat right in my face and said, "Oh, I didn't know. So you didn't know that this same student had been causing an issue with my son, pulling his hair, like, I don't even want to go into too much detail, but like basically being a little bully." So now that my son sticks up for himself, now he's in trouble. But the bully, but the one that was doing all the, yeah, yeah. So I had to go up there and I had to let them know, hey, something has to be done. Because if not, I'm giving him full permission to defend himself. In the world that we're living in now, you cannot sit here and tell me that you did not notice that this little boy was, you know, making fun of him, talking about him or whatever. It was all pure jealousy. That's what it was. Because Baby Cinco got a lot of curly hair. And I had to learn, now is not the time to go easy. Your son needs you now. So go up there and handle your business. And that's exactly what I did. I went up there and I let it be known. Now, my son don't like confrontation. However, he is trained in Taekwondo. He has been in Taekwondo since he was 4 years old. And his sensei always tells him, we are not learning how to fight. Don't do this, don't do that. She's always, keeping him in line and everything. However, I'm telling my son, if somebody put their hands on you and they are trying to fight you, you better defend yourself. You better defend yourself. Because if they feel like they can do it once, they will keep doing it. But he haven't had any more problems because he got in trouble because he wrote the little kid a little stern little note and let him know. Baby Cinco wrote him a note. And he let him know in the note, um, I do not appreciate you talking about me every day. And if you keep talking about me every day, we just gonna have to go ahead and fight. So I was a little bit like I had to be an adult that day and tell him like, no, you can't do that. That's like making a threat. You need to make sure you're talking to an adult. And he was like, Mama, I'm tired of talking to the adult. He said because the teachers are friends with the bad kids. He said the teachers are friends with the bad kids. When my son told me that, that's what made me feel like, you know what, I gotta go up there. Cause I remember some things like that when I was in school. He said, Mama, it's like the bad kids get all the attention. The bad kids get all the little perks. Every time the school is having something, they'll say that all the bad kids can get it because they may not have it at home or they may need a mentor and everything like this. He said, so basically, the kids that's causing all the trouble in the class, disrupting the teacher while she's teaching and everything, it's like the teachers are their friends. See, I had to go up there. I had to go up there. I had to speak up for my son. Y'all gonna be friends with the bullies. And then you friends with the main kids that's causing a disturbance in the class. And then my son, he's in this like STEAM program. So he's really into like engineering and everything. So he really don't want to get into any trouble because if he gets into any trouble, this was last year. I haven't had any issues this year, but he doesn't want to get into any trouble. He doesn't want to cause any trouble because he knows that at any time they can take him out of that program. And then he does like he's just a genius, put it like that. I hate to make it sound like I'm bragging about my kid or whatever, but he's one of those type of kids where if you put him in something that he really really loves, like 4-H or something like that, and he knows that they have rules where you have to be good in class or you have to keep your conduct right and your grades have to be at a certain point for you to continue in this. He don't want anybody to mess it up. Anybody. And he will tell you he's very good with using his words. He will tell you like, no, mama, I ain't want to do that because the STEAM teacher is right next door, and she would find out first. They would tell her. They'll be like, well, we're having a problem with him in the class, and he just he does not want to lose his spot when it comes to like his academics or any of the programs that he could participate in. So I didn't want the bully to mess him up either. You ain't gonna mess up my baby's accomplishments. What he been trying to work hard for, just like with the reading. They got this thing called the AR points. So with AR, when you read a book, you go to either the library or the computer in the class and you take a little test on the book that you just read. Kind of like when I was growing up, we had the Book It. We had the Book It program. So you read a lot of books, you get a little Book It ticket where you can go to Pizza Hut and get you a free pizza. Oh, you talking about I used to be like trying to read every book I can get my hands on. So with the AR points, he's very competitive with that. He will read all the books he can so he can get that AR thing points. I think they call it AR points because at the end of the school year, whoever gets the most points get a bike. So he'd be like, I want the bike. They have other little gifts and prizes, but he wants the bike this year because he's a fourth grader. So we shall see. And they also give out these little dog tags that lets you know how many points you got. So I'm pretty sure he's going to try his best not to get into any issues. But they have the person that was causing him trouble last year. They're not in the same class this year. And I'm so thankful for that because that was a big deal. Because I know he's acting like me. He don't want to. He just like having fun. He's a big kid, 9 years old. He don't want to cause any trouble. He don't like fighting. But like I had to tell his principal, I said, but don't get me wrong now, he's a trained fighter. I had to let her know that. So y'all keep playing with him up here. He will be doing some whatever taekwondo or whatever. Y'all gonna get to see all of my $64 that I spend every month. Cause yeah, it's about 60 something bucks a month to keep him in taekwondo. And then his uniform was about 40 bucks. And then every time he have a belt test, let me not even talk about all that because when they do the belt test, you have to make sure they have all the equipment they need. They need all their padding, the mouth guard, and all that good stuff. But anywho, I ain't paying that $60 a month for somebody to be sitting here thinking they finna be yanking on my child hair and pulling on his hair in class. You better turn around and show him what Sensei done taught you. Just one good chop. just one good chop. That's one thing people did not warn me about being a parent. Nobody warned me about how you would feel having to send your child off to school and not knowing if somebody was gonna mess with them. That's that's something nobody prepared me for. And now my twin babies are about to start going to a center for about, I think, 3 hours a day. And they're nonverbal. I'm kind of wondering, should I sit in the parking lot for those 3 hours just in case they need me? I know it sounds crazy, but sending nonverbal kids to school or to a center is kind of tough because you don't know if the teachers are gonna like watch them. I know they're trained in it, but yeah, it's one of those things that I just have to prepare myself for. Y'all got me on here just a talking and a talking. I'm supposed to be watching Cheaper by the Dozen, so I'm on here just talking to y'all. Don't turn the sound down on my TV. Lord have mercy. Got me acting like my dad in here. My dad would get to wiggling his toes and rubbing his feet together. And before you know it, you be talking for 2 hours. Lord have mercy. But y'all done had me just a talking and talking. I actually miss getting out and going to work. I actually miss having something to do. But when I get back out in the world, please understand, it's a new Renee. I will no longer sit back and allow people to disrespect me without me speaking up. Now, that's not saying I'm going to go all off the hinges, but I will no longer allow people to disrespect me and think it's okay. I'm going to speak up for myself. Maybe I need to stop smiling so much. I can't help it. Thank you to my orthodontist. When I was a kid, I wore braces for 2 years. Haven't been able to stop smiling ever since. But anyway, I just really feel like when I get back out there, I've got to change something. It's something that people see in me when they be like, "Oh, I can say whatever to her. She ain't gonna say nothing." But I'm not gonna do it to her because she might cuss me out. So I think that's what it is too. I'm not the type that, you know, get all loud and in your face. Uh, but I am gonna start speaking up for myself though. I can't see myself being all hood, because that's not me. But I can see myself saying what I need to say and making it very clear. Now, don't go mess with none of my family now. Don't go mess with my family now. I don't know. Yeah, I might get a little loud and ghetto, cause I don't want nobody messing with my peoples. And that just go for my parents and siblings and my children. But yeah, family members that you ain't seen in a long time and stuff. Like, I don't know what you done did out there. I ain't taking up for you. Now, somebody asked me one day, said, if if you had a family member that was running from something or somebody, and they showed up at your door, would you let them in? Heck no. I don't know what you done been out there doing. I got children in here, man. Don't be coming over here. That's why I'm glad a lot of folks don't even know where I stay. They don't even know where to go. But if you ever show up here, you ain't getting in this though. I don't know what you doing. I don't know what you got on you. I don't know if you're high. So no, you will not be coming up in here. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But I call it genius. I call it being smart. Not finna have no demons coming up in here. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know who you done made mad. I don't know who chasing you. I don't know if you got a court order out on you. No. And everybody thought I was so hilarious for saying that, but I was so honest. I was just being honest. If if a family member that I haven't seen in years show up at my door and say, let me in, I need somewhere to go, I will come up to my room and throw a blanket out my window so they won't get cold. But I'm not letting them in my house because I don't know what they running from and I don't know what they running to. So no way. No way. It's a new Renee in town. I have learned how people will treat me if I needed anything. So I'm not gonna do the things I used to do. I used to always try to be there for everybody else. Always try to be nice, be pleasant, speaking to everyone. Now that I can't stop doing, because that's just who I am. I can see myself now sitting in the car acting like I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in today and I'm not speaking to nobody. Then the first person that say hello to me, I can see myself now saying, good morning. Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? All right, y'all ready to make this money? That's the way I used to start my day. Hey y'all ready to make this money? All right, now let's get on in here. So I can't see myself being too mean, but I gotta work on my mean face. I gotta work on being angry. I gotta work on not smiling all the time. And I gotta work on being assertive when I say something. Am I sleepy? I think I'm sleepy because I'm just talking. I think I'm sleepy, y'all. I done took them doggone pills. And yeah, I think I'm sleepy. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all for sitting up here with me tonight. And just hearing me ramble about this world that we're living in now. People gonna keep on being mean. People gonna keep on trying to run over those who they think they can get away with. And all I got to say about that is, like Eric said in the chat, they're going to find out. They're going to mess around and find out the hard way. The hard way. Because I worked too hard for the peace that I have. So when somebody feel like they could just come and run all over my peace and cause a disruption and want to see me angry, oh boy, I don't know. But anyway, y'all know how I do it. Until next time, gracias por ver. I should stay on longer just because. Because I be seeing some people where they just be on live a long time. I try to pop in and give them maybe 20 minutes of my time. But I be like, hey, I ain't got no watch hours. You got watch hours. You're already monetized. I can't keep, I'm sitting here watching you. I need to be thinking of what I need to do. But anyway, y'all, until next time, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye.